Okay, so again, this is a continuation of the previous video. Okay, in the last video, we saw the gzip. I think that took some time, but I had to explain that deep. So I'm sorry for that. Now, the next thing is I'm going to talk about, okay, before I talk about zip, um, okay, when I say Samir, what is the gzip and zip and all? Yeah. Gzip is a particular utility. Okay, it's a software, it's a utility which is used for zipping and unzipping. And we have zip as a name itself. We have zip, which is also for compressing, and decompressing, which is for zipping and unzipping. Okay, we'll talk about zip in some time, but before I talk about zip, I want to talk about tar. Okay, so what is this tar? Okay, even if you go and Google tar, what is tar? If you type, so you're just giving, it just tar command in Linux is what you're looking for. The tar command is used to compress a group of files into an archive. So the group of files is the keyword. Okay, that is very, very important. Okay, so if I want to explain you in the Windows thing, okay, let's do that. Say for example, now I'm into documents. Okay, and now I'm just creating a, okay, I'm in a document, and I'm just creating something like a folder which says notepad files. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these notepad files, okay, into notepad files. So this became the notepad files. Inside this I have all the notepad files. Okay, so likewise, if I new, and then if I'm just adding something new, and then if I'm adding edge files, edge browser files, now I have two edge browsers files I have, so I'm just copying and pasting it here. So if you open this is the grouping. Okay, these many files have been grouped, and likewise I have notepad files which I've grouped only the notepad contents. Then what I will do here is I'll just right click on it, then I will compress it. And then same thing for edge files, I'll just right click on it and then I compress it. So what tar does actually is, tar is nothing but it will take a group of files into one particular folder, and then we will archive it. They call it as an archiving procedure. Okay, so that is what it's gonna do, and I'll show you how it can be done. So let me open to the console here. I think it's active. Okay, now I think it's timed out. Let me click on connect. Okay, great. Now if I type ls, okay, there is something called gzip. I just want to unzip it now, so I'm into the normal. Okay, perfect. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to download some other file as well. Say for example, google.com something. Okay, sample HTML page, and then I got this. So right clicking on it, copy link address, and then I'm just typing wget space, wget, and then control V. Okay, so if you type ls-l, okay, so I got something like ASP file is there and HTML file is there. Okay, so if you type ls-lh, you're getting HTML examples.asp file is 111k and libc.html is 5.7 meg. Okay, perfect. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna archive it. Okay, so just type the tar command as usual. If you're not sure what are the options you have, you can always tar space -h. It will, okay, tar -l, so it will give you what all the options you can use with the tar command. And also you can type man tar, so it will also give you the lot of options. Okay, just pressing the Q, done. Okay, so what's our deal now? I'm gonna add these two things into one file name. Okay, I'll show you how. Tar hyphen, you have to press tar hyphen C is for creating archive. Okay, this is what we're going to do. -C. I'm just adding -C. Then I'm going to use V. V is for output, to display on the screen. We call it as verbose. Okay, so -C, -V. Yeah, these two things. And then we're going to mention F. F is for give the file name. Okay, cool. So tar -C, -V, and -F. So once this is done, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give, say, something like this: my program archive.tar. So I'm just giving some file name with the extension .tar, and now I'm going to tell them, okay, you have to add these two files or whatever files into this file name. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add HTML this file and then libc.html. So HTML and then libc.html. So what is going to happen is it's going to take these two files and it's going to put it inside this particular tar file. That is what grouping. If you remember the keyword grouping, this is what it's going to happen. Okay. Now if you hit enter, I hit enter. Great. Now if you type ls-l, now see what happened. You got my program archive.tar. It created and it got a different colored one, which means that this is the archive one. We call it as a tar ball. Okay, so this one we created and these two things we have added. My program archive.tar. Okay, perfect. So you guys know how to create an archive file. That's very important. Okay, Samir, now what is next? Okay, say if in my previous video we saw that gzipping, right? Now we have done an archive. If you want to compress it, what will you do? Easy, gzip and then my program archive.tar. If you hit enter, that is also done. If you type ls-l, see, you got my archive.tar.gz. So this is the archive one and also this is a zipped one, which is a compressed one. Okay, and now wherever if you see any program which you want to download, for example, if you want to do Python download, if you hit enter, if you click on download Python, then if you see Linux OS, click on it, then if you see something like this, see, okay, now if you see this download gzip the source ball, if you click on this, what happens is, see, it will tell you .tgz, which is nothing but our tar gzip format. Okay, for now I'm just pausing it. And if you see this one, zx compressed, say the tar exe format. So that likewise, all the things whichever you are seeing in the internet, which you want to download it into the Linux, it will be in the tar format. So you need to know this command, very, very important. Okay. Okay, let me add this in your GitHub thing so we will not forget. So tar-cvef, you guys know, archive.tar, file1 or file2, something like this. Okay, perfect. Now what is next right now, Samir? So next is next one more command. What I did is you can gzip and then you just type archive.tar, which will archive the entire tar file. So these two. Now what is the next one? Now how can you extract it? Now we have did an archive, did a compression. Now how do you reverse it? Okay, before that I want to do g unzip. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this. Now I'll be back to the same, okay, where I started, this one, I'm back to the same procedure, my program.tar. Now how do you extract the files? Now for that, same thing, tar hyphen, instead of cvf we will choose tvf. Sorry, xvf, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll talk about tvf in the next couple of seconds. So xvf and then my program archive.tar. If you hit enter, what happens? See, these two files have been unarchived. So if you type ls minus l, see, okay, since these two files are already present, okay, so that's why we are not able to see the difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type rm, okay, html, and then libc. Now if you type ls minus l, see, we have one tar file and one new directory. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to untar it and I'm going to extract the file. That's what I said, extracting files from the tarball. So tar, okay, remember that, guys, ls, I have only two items, tar hyphen xvf and then my program. If you hit enter, ls minus l, see, you got two more files already, which we got it from unarchiving. So that is the power of tar hyphen xvf. So let me add it, tar hyphen xvf. Okay, archive.tar. Cool. So you guys know how to create the archive. You guys know how to extract the files from the archive. Now the next thing is, Samir, how can I view the archive? Okay, without extracting it. You know what I mean? So how do you do that? Tar hyphen tvf and then my program. If you hit enter, it will tell you what all the files are inside this archive file. Okay, so that is a viewing the archive. So tar hyphen tvf archive.tar. Okay, so I think I don't remember any other commands. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about here. Okay, so ls, let me do something real quick. Say for example, I'm going to remove this my program thing. Now I have, nothing has been compressed, nothing has been archived, nothing has been done. It's all normal files right now. Okay, everybody clear? Good. Now the procedure, let me open the notepad. Okay, what we did right now is, the procedure is, in the last video we saw the gzip command. Okay, in this video we talk about tar command. Okay, now tar command is, why tar command is used is to group the files and archive it with .tar extension. Okay, and what gzip command does is, gzip is nothing but it will compress the file size. Okay, so if you give this .tar command here, it will obviously compress it. That's what it says. Okay, now say for example, in the above scenario, you have to execute two commands. Okay, one is you have to archive it, and the second one is you have to zip it. So in order to archive it, you have to use a tar command. In order to zip it, you have to use the gzip or zip, which we will see it in some time. Okay, but the third one, not the third one, there is other way. Okay, instead of using two commands, you can use only one command and get the two functionalities together. So what is that command? So the command goes like this, guys. Okay, so tar hyphen, so far we see cvf, right? Or maybe we see xvf, or maybe we saw tvf, right? These are all the three things which we have seen. Now I'm going to add something else, tar space hyphen, okay, c for create, okay, v, and I'm going to add something called z. Z is for zipping, and then f. Okay, now I'm going to add something like my program, archive arc.tar. Okay, now I'm going to add HTML and then libc. Now if you see ls minus l, now see my program.tar is done. Okay, okay, what I did was, okay, I gave the extension wrong, even though it has zipped, but always you give the right extension. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this, I'm gonna make it clear. So let's do it again. Tar hyphen cvzf. Z is for both. When you add z, it means that it will do the archive, it will do the compression also. compression means zipping also. So tar hyphen cvzf, and then I'm going to give my archive something like this dot tar dot gz. Okay, and then I'm going to give html and then libc.html. If you hit enter, ls minus l, see, I have achieved with only one command, tar hyphen cvzf. I got this. Okay, and then if you want to extract it, same thing, tar hyphen xvzf and then my archive, see, ls minus l again. Since these two files are already there, that's why we were not able to see the difference. Okay, let me remove that. Okay, just doing it again. So ls minus l, okay, I don't have those files, so let me tar hyphen xvzf, and then I'm going to add my archive, ls minus l. See, I got the two files again. Yeah, and what else we can do? Yes, same thing, tar hyphen tvzf. Okay, which is just to view the file. So yeah, see how many files you have inside. Okay, so I think tar is more than enough. Just remember tar hyphen cvzf, or tar hyphen xvzf, or tar hyphen tvzf. Okay, this is the one command which will do archive and also zipping. Okay, so instead of using these two commands, okay, you can run this one command with adding the z option everywhere. Okay, so let me add this here so we will not forget, tar hyphen cvzf, remember, or xvzf, or okay, let me give the syntax also so we will not forget, archive.tar.gz, then file1 or file2. So same thing, we can do it for tar hyphen xvzf or tar hyphen tvzf. Yeah, so that's all from the event. For tar also, I think I took around 17 minutes. So okay, it's good to know this. Let me close this here, guys, and in the next video I will talk about the find command. Yeah.